we went out to a restaurant, and this is my first time back in the U.S. in 4 years. And oh my God, I forgot how much I hate tipping culture. So, but I haven't really been eating out. I've eaten out a few times. It's not really in our budget to eat out. But I saw my mom first time in 4 years. Yay. And she took us to a restaurant. And it was like a nice restaurant, it was like a special occasion. And oh my God, as somebody who used to be a waitress, I forgot how much this actually encapsulates so many problems in the US. It is just this performative nonsense. At one point, I just wanted to tell the dude, like, you don't have to do all this. You don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. We don't have to have all this fake conversation. You're going to get a tip. They're going to tip you 20%. They always do. Like, I just want to be like, don't waste your time, bro, because this is tiring for me too. And I waited tables for a really long time. And I actually did enjoy some of the customers I served. I actually really enjoyed some of them. Conversations with them. It's not like it can't happen. But this exchange was so freaking fake. And it was tiring. When I used to wait tables, I just remember having to do all this crap. Like be triangulated by them, because their wives sometimes end up paying, and I'm like, oh great, you've been flirting with me, I've been trying not to flirt with you. But anyway, I just want to give you an example on it. But before I do, just a reminder that the whole tipping thing in the US it all comes down to anti-blackness, like racism in general, but especially anti-blackness. There is a long history of this. Go look it up. This is from NPR. Okay, this is the title. Oh my God, sorry, the title is cut off. The tipping, tipping insanity that we've all been living in, that people all over the world are like, what is wrong with y'all? This is it. Everything in the U.S., every problem in the U.S. comes down to, our past of Genocide J and Avery Slay. It's a legacy. This is the legacy of it. And it continues to this day. Not only is the tipping, is it rooted in racism, but it's still whatever. Look into this if you don't know what I'm talking about. None of the problems we have right now are new. They are part of the foundation. If you don't believe me, follow some of the public historians. But once I found out why I hate, not only that I hated participating in it, and I made good money with tips, but I also, on days I didn't make good money, and then the whole taxing behind it, whatever. But so last night we go out, and again, and the thing is that now I have something to compare it to. It's so much grosser. So for instance, in France, I love the fact that they can be so rude to us. As a customer, I love that for them, because as my little former waitress heart just empathizes with the server every time. I'm like, oh, good for you. You don't have to be like, oh my God, hi, can I get you anything, man? And if you don't follow White Woman Whisperer and Delusional Influencer, and just a lot of black women on this app who give free education, White Woman Whisperer, follow her Patreon. It's incredible. Delusional Influencer just came out with a book called The Empathy Gap. If you please buy it. It'll change your life. All this kind of work will change your life. I've got my copy already. But the more I learn about just corporate America, which I've never worked in office corporate America, but just being a part of waitressing, it is still the same crap. Hey, it's all this performing of this nonsense. So we show up last night, and the guy, and it's this, he's a pretty good looking younger guy. This is a nice restaurant, and he was just hey, oh God, I could just, everything was all the questions he asked, he didn't care about the answers to. I don't know, sometimes when servers do actually, they genuinely like people, but I kind of feel this, everything this guy, the reason why I know is because everything he said, it just went right over his head, he wasn't really listening to it, and I also know that he's busy. He's got a lot of tables, but part of this, at one point when he found out, my husband's French, he was like, oh, cool, where should I go in France? But he didn't really want to know. Because when Anthony was like, well, if you want it for gastronomy, you go to Lyon, because it's the gastronomy guy. Tuned out, wasn't listening. Okay, cool, great, awesome. He kept saying awesome. And I was like, oh my God, this is I haven't heard that word in so long. Other than if I said it, but I haven't heard other people say it in so long because I'm not used to it. French people don't say awesome when they're speaking English, whatever. And most immigrants who speak English, whatever. Only U.S. Americans say that word, I think. But could be wrong. Maybe it's whatever. It was so tiring for me. He was asking me all these, and here's the thing. He was asking questions, building the relationship, and then at the end, as soon as he drops that check, or right before he's about to drop the check, now he starts asking a lot of, building up our ego, Building up, oh, really? Wow. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to give you 20%, bro. Like, please. But he doesn't know that. And I get it. I have worked in, like, this is how he pays rent. This is how people pay rent. If they don't kiss your butt and are like, blah, 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 then they may not pay their bill. They have to do all this stuff. I wish there was like a, you could just put a little thing and, being like, I'm going to give you a tip. Please don't do all the emotional, I don't want to do emotional labor with you. But then if you don't do that, then they may ignore you because they got to do that with everybody. Like, I love being in France for a lot of reasons. But one of the things is that they don't, like, because the workers get 5 weeks of paid vacation at most jobs. I don't because I'm a freelancer. But, at McDonald's, literally every job, 5 weeks paid vacation. Healthcare, you get just being there. And then, not everything is on the line. I've never had a paid day off. I've never had a paid vacation or a sick day in my life. I'm 47. Because even though I live in France, I don't work for France. I freelance, and I work for Google and all these other, YouTube, TikTok, Patreon. Patreon's how I pay most bills, by the way. If you want to follow my journeys over there. Thank you, Patreon people. Mwah. See, I have to do it. I have to advertise myself right now. Hey, everybody, if you want to see more travel stories, my personal stories, go on to my Patreon. Because that, there's no security for Americans. So we always have to sell ourselves. But I love going to restaurants in France because they leave me alone. Sometimes it's a little excessive. Sometimes, admittedly, it's a little excessive. Like, hey, I just want to go. But they expect you to, when I was a waitress, we called them campers. Someone came and sat at the table, and they stayed a little too long for our, because we need to, it's all about turnover, baby. In and out. Get in, get the fork out, so I can get another table to sit here, because I got to pay my bill. Now, I didn't try to rush people. Like, I never tried to do all that stuff, and I also didn't try to upsell, which is another thing. This man, I swear to God, I just wanted to know which fish. And of course, I actually wanted the cheapest fish. That's the one I was like most attracted to, not because I'm in like cheap Melanie mode. Actually, it seemed the most appealing. And I asked him, I was like, which of these fishes? Most expensive one. And then I was like, okay, I think I'll go with this one. He goes, how about the one on their special? The one I wanted was, I think, $27, which I think, I think that's a lot for a dish, but maybe not. Maybe that's the standard now. I don't know. Everything here is very expensive now. He was like, how about our special? And I was like, well, let me take a look. $60. Now, I know that this is his, so part of me, that former waitress in me, feels bad because I know that the higher the ticket value, the higher his tip, therefore the higher the more likely he can pay his bill. So of course you're trying to upsell and sell more. But I really wanted to know about the food, and he wouldn't give me an honest answer about the food because he needs to sell the most expensive fish. But I didn't get the most expensive fish because I didn't want that one. I wanted this one. And I just wanted to feel a little bit more confident in my decision of this one. And he didn't help at all. So I ended up ordering it anyway. It was delicious. And so, and I just remember always being in this place. And I'm not saying this is only in the U.S., but the tipping thing. Now when I go anywhere, literally, you make me a coffee, 25% tip. Now, literally everything. We did something the other day. I don't even think we spoke to someone and we're supposed to leave a tip. And there's part of me that's like, workers. I need to tip them because they probably don't make much money. And the other part of me is like, why are we subsidizing these incomes? And also, those waitresses are not keeping all those tips. They're tipping out probably 35% of those tips, but they're paying taxes on all of them. Like, they are subsidizing the kitchen. They're subsidizing the host and the bussers and all that stuff, which I think they should also be making good money. Just the way, now that I see how it operates in other countries, now people leave us alone. You can enjoy a whole meal, and it's not, you don't get guilt tripped if you stay more than an hour at a meal in France. It's okay if you stay 2, 3 maybe, unless they have 2 dining sets, whatever. Anyway, for the tipping system, it is the legacy of Avery Slay. Gotta use code words on these dumb apps. It's so very American. All our problems because we won't deal with that past. We won't.